If you're someone who looks like they're doing fine on the outside, but inside your mind rarely shuts off, this video is for you. Maybe you're successful, responsible, emotionally aware, and still anxious. You might understand why you're anxious. You might even be able to explain it really well, and yet it hasn't actually gone away. I'm Tammy Sousa. I'm a licensed mental health therapist, author of Lessons from the Listening Lady, and group practice owner of a Therapy Life Center. I work with high functioning adults who struggle with anxiety, not because they're weak, but because they've learned to carry a lot. Today, I want to slow this down with you. I want to create time and space for you to reflect so you can begin to feel a sense of peace, not to fix you, not to diagnose you, but to help you understand what's really happening beneath the anxiety and what actually helps at the nervous system level. So let's arrive at this moment. If it feels okay for you, I want you to take one slow inhale with me and a longer exhale. So, what is high functioning anxiety? High functioning anxiety doesn't always look like panic. More often, it looks like competence. It looks like being productive, prepared, reliable. It looks like holding things together while quietly feeling tense, rushed, or on edge. Many people with high functioning anxiety don't feel out of control. They feel over controlled. At some point in your life, being vigilant probably helped you feel safe. It may have helped you succeed, be praised, avoid disappointment, and avoid conflict. Your nervous system learned stay alert, stay responsible, don't let your guard down. The problem is, your nervous system doesn't know when it's allowed to rest. So it's always activated. I want you to gently ask yourself, no judgment here. Where in my life do I feel like it's all on me? That pressure you feel, that's not a flaw. That's a survival strategy. So often we are motivated by urgency. What I have experienced is that many high functioning adults are very self aware. They understand their triggers. They've read all the books. They've tried reframing their thoughts. And yet, the anxiety is still there. Here's why. Anxiety isn't just a thought problem, it's a nervous system state. The brain doesn't know the difference between what's real, what's remembered, or what's imagined. It responds to all of it as if it's happening now. If your body doesn't feel safe, no amount of logic will convince it to calm down. This is where people start turning on themselves. You'll hear yourself say things like, "Why can't I make this stop? I know better. I should be past this by now." But that's not how healing works. You can't think your way out of a body-based response. So let's look at pressure versus alignment. A lot of high functioning adults live from pressure. Pressure sounds like, I should be doing more. I can't slow down. No one else is going to do it. I have to stay in control. It's this constant pressure that keeps the nervous system activated. Alignment feels different. Alignment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop forcing. Alignment feels like internal support instead of internal pressure. I often say the heart knows the truth. If you connect to your heart, the mind learns how to follow. Let's take a moment to speak some heart truths now. You can repeat these quietly to yourself or in your mind. You can place your hand on your heart and say, I am allowed to soften. I am safe enough to slow down. I don't have to earn rest. Again, I am allowed to soften. I am safe enough to slow down. I don't have to earn rest. And now that you're connected to your heart, let's do a short practice together to go even deeper into feeling grounded. This isn't about getting rid of anxiety, it's about changing how your body relates to it. Now I want you to place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Take a slow inhale through your nose and a longer exhale through your mouth. Notice the weight of your body where you're sitting. You don't need to relax, just notice. If your mind wanders, that's okay. Just come back to feeling of your breath. This is what safety feels like. Not a perfect calm, but presence. You're arriving back to your body. If you have a journal nearby or even just notes in your phone, I'm going to offer you a few journal prompts for you to free write on. You don't need to answer all of them. Just get curious and notice what comes up for you, not from self criticism, but rather from self compassion. So, prompt one is, where did I learn that being on edge was necessary to succeed? I want you to think about that. Where did I learn that being on edge was necessary to succeed? Prompt two is, what would feel different if I trusted myself to handle things without bracing myself for impact? I'll say that again. What would feel different if I trusted myself to handle things without bracing for impact? And lastly, what does alignment feel like in my body, even briefly? What does alignment feel like in my body, even briefly? Really take a moment to think about that. Lasting change doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from repetition, safety, and compassion. In my work, I use a simple framework that I call the 4 steps to healing. It's awareness, connection, reprogramming, and embodiment. Awareness helps you to see patterns without shame. Connection builds internal safety, and reprogramming retrains the brain gently. And embodiment is where change sticks, living differently even under pressure. Healing isn't about becoming someone else. It's about learning how to stop bracing against your own life. If this video resonated, you're not alone and you're not behind. Anxiety doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means your system learned how to survive. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And feel free to drop a comment about your experience with learning how to regulate your nervous system. Thank you for being here and for listening with an open heart and open mind. Until next time.